Prince among thieves. When our stomachs begin to growl with hunger, when we reach that tentative stage where we start to feel the first subtle pining for food, when we scratch at the door of hangry, that's often when food becomes an Epicurean pleasure. If you're cold and your breath hangs in the cold air, oh, the delight seconds before when you can smell the hearty, subtle, fragrant aromas. Only in England up north can you fully appreciate how you become hardened to wrestling with the elements of British weather. It becomes second nature. If you want to pluck gems from market stalls like low-hanging fruit, get up early. I remember with fondness the culinary stimulus that drove me. I can tell you incontrovertibly that if you bite into a doorstop-sized northern sandwich, ideally one featuring tender slices of roast beef with a generous portion of mustard on it, it can rival any gourmet meal. Accompany it with heartwarming tea, and it always feels so essential. Why does food taste incalculably better when coupled with hard work? Anyway, I digress. Humans are creatures of habit, finding comfort in stability and familiar routines. We are drawn to the comfort of predictability and often fall into the patterns of life. There's a fundamental principle to be learned from this. By utilizing predictable habits and understanding habitual behavior, it can be invaluable in leveraging results. If most people don't do what you do, most people won't get what you get. Or, as they say, if you want the same thing you've always got, keep on doing the same thing you've always done. At one stage in my life, once I would awaken in the dark, often with the rain thundering against the glass of my bedroom window. I would lie there in that comfortable state of nothingness, where you haven't been awake long enough to fully acknowledge that actually life was a bit shit. I would ponder getting up at all, and of course, I would be tempted to sleep, but I knew if I did so, I would fall into the bracket of predictability in a world where I wanted all the advantages. As I lay there listening to the rain pelt, I would use mental psychology to motivate myself and touch on the importance of feeling gratitude. Other times, I would just look out of the window and question life and why I had gotten up at such an ungodly hour. I would shower and dress, jump on a bicycle, and cycle through the aforementioned rain, wondering how it had come to this and wrestling with my internal pity party. With a bike in hand, I would then climb aboard a train. I would arrive, cycle past shops, visit flea markets, and rifle through stalls at lightning pace, gathering the low-hanging fruit and regularly picking up item after item. In August, September, and October, the weather would often offer up its frequent unpredictability, and returning, I would watch through the window of a train as I passed the beautiful park, and I would be done. Shopped out. On one occasion, I even came back with a fireplace. In the height of the northern summer, I would settle on a train and leave a town bathed in golden hues, with people just starting their day. In my head, to cope with the harshness of the situation, I would imagine I was on an imperative mission to run across Athens to deliver important mail. In truth, sometimes when the tires would pop, I would think I was going mad. With frequency, it would become second nature. It takes the mundane, nitty-gritty reality of actually opting into doing something 21 times before it becomes habit-forming. When it was done, I would be full of gratitude for the treasure I had bartered for. I utilized every trick in the book. Sometimes I would playfully argue with traders when I came in too low with offers. They would be blunt and unsympathetic, but I would sit there, surrounded by the goods I fought and bartered for, feeling good and researching what returns I could get by selling them. I would cycle back to the station, climb up a mountain of stairs, board the train, and my day would be done. What can the simplicity of this level peg scenario teach us about any field of business? What did I learn? As business owners, we can wrestle with all sorts of in-depth analysis, commentary, and insights. But the simplest advice I could ever bring to the table is this: 99% of success is just showing up. Because it's true. If you're a reseller purchasing stock, 99% of success is just showing up. But be prepared. Showing up has a disclaimer attached to it. You have to be prepared to show up whenever it's necessary.